Welcome back to Coins Old World US, the channel where we explore the fascinating world of American coins, their history, hidden details, and their true market value today. In this video, we are taking a closer look at the 1-cent coin from the United States of America, minted in the year 2005. At first glance, it may seem like just another modern penny, but as every serious collector knows, even the most common-looking coins can sometimes hold surprising value depending on their condition, mint mark, rarity, and errors. So, let's dive into the story behind the 2005 1-cent coin and find out what it's truly worth in today's market when found in good condition. The 2005 1-cent coin, popularly known as the Lincoln penny, features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side of the coin. This design, originally created by Victor David Brenner, has been in use since 1909 and continues to be one of the most recognized coin designs in the United States. On the reverse side of the 2005 coin, we see the Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. If you look closely at the reverse, you'll even notice a tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a detail many people don't even realize is there. This reverse design remained in place until 2008, making the 2005 penny part of the final years of the memorial cent era. Now let's talk about the composition and technical details of the coin. The 2005 penny is made primarily of zinc, with a thin copper plating, giving it its classic reddish-brown appearance. It weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. The United States Mint produced these coins in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a D, and the proof coins from San Francisco carry an S mint mark. For everyday circulation, the Philadelphia and Denver versions are the most commonly found. In terms of mintage, the 2005 Lincoln cent had massive production numbers. Over 3.9 billion coins were minted in Philadelphia, and more than 3.5 billion were struck in Denver. This makes it a very common coin in general circulation. However, when we begin to consider the condition of the coin, especially coins in uncirculated, brilliant, or even proof condition, the story starts to get more interesting for collectors and investors alike. A 2005 penny in average circulated condition usually holds only face value, which is 1 cent. But coins in higher grades can fetch more, depending on their quality and rarity of details. For example, a 2005 D penny in mint state condition graded MS65 or higher by coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can sell for between $1 and $5. That may not seem like a lot, but remember, that's up to 500 times its face value for a coin that might be hiding in your change jar right now. In rare cases, if the coin has full red luster and perfect strike, or if it comes from a special mint set, it can sell for even more. Some MS67 red specimens have sold for up to $25 or even $50 at auction, especially when the coin is certified and slabbed by a top grading company. Now let's talk about one of the most exciting parts of coin collecting: errors and varieties. Error coins from 2005 can significantly increase a penny's value. Look out for double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on defective or wrong planchets. A 2005 penny with a strong double die or major mint error can be worth anywhere from $50 to over $150, depending on the type and visibility of the error. Collectors pay a premium for such unusual finds because they are scarce and make excellent conversation pieces for any coin collection. Proof coins minted in San Francisco for collectors in 2005 also hold value. These coins were never meant for general circulation and were struck with extra care. A 2005 S-proof penny in PR69 deep cameo condition can sell for around $5 to $10, and in PR70, which is a perfect grade, the value can reach $20 or more depending on market demand. These proof coins have a mirror-like finish and are easy to identify once you know what to look for. So, what does all this mean for you? If you come across a 2005 United States 1-cent coin in good condition, don't dismiss it right away. Check the mint mark, observe the overall condition, and inspect for any signs of errors. Even though billions were minted, only a small percentage remain in pristine or uncirculated condition, and that's where the real value lies. Coins with sharp details, no wear, and a vibrant red copper shine are the ones collectors are actively seeking. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced numismatist, adding high-grade or rare era versions of the 2005 penny to your collection can be both satisfying and potentially profitable. Next up, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and collectible coins in American numismatic history, the 1982 United States 1-cent coin. At first glance, it may look like just another Lincoln penny, but 1982 was a special year that brought major changes to the penny's composition. These changes created several varieties of the coin, and because of that, the 1982 penny has become a favorite among collectors. If you have a 1982 penny in good condition, you might be holding more than just 1 cent. So stay with us until the end as we uncover the hidden details and current market value of the 1982 Lincoln cent in today's coin market. The obverse, or front, of the 1982 penny features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This iconic image has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, and it remains a powerful symbol of freedom and leadership. On the reverse side, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. If you look closely at the memorial, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln inside, a beautiful detail that reflects the artistry of U.S. coinage. But while the design may appear typical, what makes the 1982 penny unique is what you can't see at first glance: the composition of the metal. In 1982, the United States Mint transitioned from using a 95% copper composition to a cheaper copper-plated zinc version due to rising copper prices. As a result, both copper and zinc pennies were produced that year. This makes 1982 the only year in U.S. history where both types of 1-cent coins were struck in large numbers. The copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while the zinc pennies weigh around 2.5 grams. Both versions have a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, but the weight difference is the key to identifying them. In addition to having two different compositions, the Mint also produced coins with both large and small date varieties, giving us a total of 7 major types of 1982 pennies. These include copper large date, copper small date, zinc large date, zinc small date, and also proof coins from San Francisco. Because of these varieties, collectors often sort and weigh 1982 pennies to determine which type they have. A small digital scale is the best tool to tell the difference. If your 1982 penny weighs around 3.1 grams, it's most likely copper. If it weighs closer to 2.5 grams, it's zinc. Identifying whether your coin is large date or small date can be done by closely examining the shape and positioning of the numbers in the date, especially the 2. Small date coins are generally harder to find, especially the 1982 small date copper version, which is one of the rarest and most sought-after varieties from that year. Now, let's talk about value. In circulated condition, most 1982 pennies, regardless of their composition, are worth just face value. But coins in higher grades or with unique varieties can be worth significantly more. For example, a 1982 D small date copper penny in uncirculated condition is extremely rare and has sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Even common 1982 copper or zinc pennies in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, can be worth $2 to $10, and sometimes more depending on the demand. Coins with a full red luster and no visible wear are the most valuable. If you happen to have a certified coin in MS67 red condition, it could fetch $50 to $100 or more, especially from the Denver or Philadelphia Mint. But the real treasure among 1982 pennies is the transitional era coin. In recent years, collectors have discovered 1982 D small date copper pennies that were never supposed to exist. These coins were meant to be struck only in zinc, but a few copper planchets were mistakenly used, making them extremely rare and highly valuable. One such coin sold for over $18,000 at auction. That's right, over $18,000 for a 1-cent coin. This is why coin collectors pay such close attention to 1982 pennies. They know the hidden value that could be sitting right inside their coin jars or pocket change. So what should you do if you have a 1982 penny? First, check the mint mark. If it has no mint mark, it was made in Philadelphia. If it has a D, it's from Denver. Weigh the coin and check for large or small date characteristics. If it's a small date copper version, or if it weighs like a copper coin but has the small date Denver style, you could have something very special. Consider sending it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. This step will help you determine its exact market value and will protect your coin for future resale or investment. In conclusion, the 1982 United States 1-cent coin may seem ordinary, but it holds one of the most exciting and complex stories in modern U.S. coinage history. With 7 different varieties and the chance of finding a valuable era coin, it's no surprise that collectors all over the world are on the hunt for the right 1982 penny. Whether it's copper or zinc, large date or small date, your 1982 penny could be worth far more than just 1 cent, especially if it's in good condition or features a rare minting mistake. So take a moment to go through your old coins, check those weights, and examine those dates. You never know when you might strike gold with copper. Next up, we turn our attention to a humble yet potentially valuable piece of American coinage history, the 1995 1-cent coin from the United States of America, specifically the version with the D mint mark, which means it was minted in Denver. This common-looking penny may seem like just another everyday coin, but as we'll see, even modern coins from the 1990s can hold more value than meets the eye, especially when they are in good condition or come with unique varieties or mint errors. So stay with us as we explore the design, background, and current market value of the 1995 D Lincoln cent. The obverse side of the 1995 D penny features the timeless image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has graced the front of the United States penny since 1909 and remains one of the most iconic representations of any U.S. president on coinage. Lincoln's profile faces to the right, with the words, "In God We Trust," above his head, "Liberty" to his left, and the date, 1995, followed by the D mint mark on the right side. This mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the major facilities responsible for circulating U.S. currency. On the reverse of the coin, you'll find the image of the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. If you look closely at the memorial, you'll even notice a tiny depiction of Lincoln seated inside, a small detail that showcases the craftsmanship of the era. In terms of composition, the 1995 D penny is made of copper-plated zinc, which became the standard composition for U.S. 1-cent coins starting in 1982. The coin weighs approximately 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. While hundreds of millions of these coins were produced, making them relatively common in circulation, the condition of the coin and the presence of any rare errors or varieties can greatly affect its value in today's collector market. In total, the Denver Mint struck over 7 billion of these pennies in 1995, which makes them widely available. However, this doesn't mean every 1995 D penny is worthless. Collectors are often willing to pay a premium for coins that are in uncirculated condition, have brilliant red luster, or are graded highly by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. If your 1995 D penny is in good circulated condition, its value typically remains close to face value, which is 1 cent. However, coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can fetch between $1 and $5 depending on the sharpness of the strike, the overall eye appeal, and the strength of the luster. A full red, uncirculated 1995 D penny with no visible wear can easily be worth up to $10 or more to the right buyer. In rare cases, a coin with a grade of MS67 or MS68 can sell for significantly higher amounts, especially if it is slabbed and certified by a top grading company. The record price for a 1995 D Lincoln cent in superb gem mint condition has reached as high as $100, though these are exceptional coins with flawless surfaces. One of the most important things to look for on any 1995 penny, including the 1995 D, is a doubling error known as a double die. While the most famous double die of this year is the 1995 no mint mark version from Philadelphia, collectors still examine Denver minted coins for lesser-known varieties or errors. So far, no major double die has been officially confirmed on the 1995 D penny, but minor doubling or strike errors do occasionally appear and can increase a coin's value. Keep an eye out for off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins struck on defective planchets, as these types of errors can push the value of a single coin into the $20 to $100 range or more depending on severity and rarity. In total, the Denver Mint struck over 7 billion of these pennies in 1995, which makes them widely available. However, this doesn't mean every 1995 D penny is worthless. Collectors are often willing to pay a premium for coins that are in uncirculated condition, have brilliant red luster, or are graded highly by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. If your 1995 D penny is in good circulated condition, its value typically remains close to face value, which is 1 cent. However, coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can fetch between $1 and $5 depending on the sharpness of the strike, the overall eye appeal, and the strength of the luster. A full red, uncirculated 1995 D penny with no visible wear can easily be worth up to $10 or more to the right buyer. In rare cases, a coin with a grade of MS67 or MS68 can sell for significantly higher amounts, especially if it is slabbed and certified by a top grading company. The record price for a 1995 D Lincoln cent in superb gem mint condition has reached as high as $100, though these are exceptional coins with flawless surfaces. One of the most important things to look for on any 1995 penny, including the 1995 D, is a doubling error known as a doubled die. While the most famous doubled die of this year is the 1995 no mint mark version from Philadelphia, collectors still examine Denver minted coins for lesser-known varieties or errors. So far, no major double die has been officially confirmed on the 1995 D penny, but minor doubling or strike errors do occasionally appear and can increase a coin's value. Keep an eye out for off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins struck on defective planchets, as these types of errors can push the value of a single coin into the $20 to $100 range or more depending on severity and rarity. The obverse side of the 1975 D Lincoln penny features the timeless portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, facing right. This design was created by Victor David Brenner and has been in use since 1909 to honor Lincoln's centennial birthday. Just above Lincoln's head is the national motto, "In God We Trust," to the left is the word "Liberty," and to the right is the date, 1975, followed by the D mint mark. That D tells us that this particular coin was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced a large portion of America's circulating coins. On the reverse side of the penny is the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 to replace the original wheat ears on the reverse. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the Lincoln Memorial reverse remained in use until 2008. If you look closely inside the columns of the memorial, you can even see a tiny depiction of the seated statue of Lincoln, showing the remarkable level of detail achieved even in small denomination coins. Now let's take a look at the technical aspects of the 1975 D penny. This coin was made with a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which gives it that familiar reddish-brown color that older pennies are known for. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. Unlike modern pennies that are mostly zinc with a thin copper plating, the 1975 D penny is a solid copper coin, which also means it has intrinsic metal value. With copper prices rising over the years, even the metal in these coins is worth more than their face value, making them popular among both collectors and investors who hoard pre-1982 copper cents. In terms of mintage, the 1975 D penny was not a rare coin at the time. The Denver Mint struck over 4.5 billion of these pennies in 1975. This large mintage means that circulated examples are still very common today. However, what sets valuable 1975 D pennies apart is the condition and any unique features or mint errors they may have. Coins that have seen little to no circulation and retain their original luster are highly prized by collectors. A 1975 D penny in average circulated condition is worth about 1 to 2 cents because of its copper content, but coins in uncirculated condition can be worth much more. For example, a 1975 D penny graded MS65 read by PCGS or NGC can sell for $5 to $10, while coins in MS66 or MS67 read condition can reach $25, $50, or even higher depending on collector demand. The record price for a 1975 D penny in mint state condition is over $3,000, paid at auction for a near-perfect specimen with exceptional color, luster, and strike. Another exciting area to look into is mint errors. Error coins are always in high demand, and the 1975 D penny is no exception. While there are no major double die varieties for this year in mint, other types of errors like off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, or coins struck on foreign planchets can command impressive premiums. Even minor errors can increase the coin's value dramatically, with prices ranging from $20 to several $100s depending on the type and severity of the error. So how can you tell if your 1975 D penny is valuable? First, examine the coin for overall condition. A coin with sharp details, full red luster, and no scratches or signs of wear will always be more desirable to collectors. Second, check for errors or abnormalities using a magnifying glass. Look closely at the lettering, date, and edges. And third, if you believe your coin is in exceptional condition or has a rare error, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Certification not only confirms the authenticity and grade of your coin but also boosts its value and buyer trust if you ever decide to sell. In conclusion, the 1975 D1 coin may not be rare in terms of mintage, but it holds significant value for collectors thanks to its copper composition, historical design, and the possibility of high-grade or error examples. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just getting started, adding a high-quality 1975 D penny to your collection is both a wise move and a tribute to a long tradition of American coinage. It's a reminder that even a small coin like the penny can carry big value, both in dollars and in history. Next up, we take a closer look at the 1991 cent coin from the United States of America, specifically the version that carries the D Mint mark, meaning it was minted at the Denver Mint. At first glance, this penny may look like just another piece of spare change, but for coin collectors and enthusiasts, the 1990 D penny has many important aspects worth paying attention to. From its copper-plated zinc composition to its minting details and potential errors, this small coin could be worth more than its face value, especially when it is found in good condition. So let's dive deep into everything you need to know about the 1990 D Lincoln penny and find out how much it might be worth in the current U.S. coin market. The obverse side of the 1990 D penny features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This portrait has been featured on the 1-cent coin since 1909, making it one of the longest-running designs in American coinage history. On the front, we also see the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," across the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date, 1990, on the right side next to the letter D, which stands for the Denver Mint. On the reverse side of the coin, you will find the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Gasparro and introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This reverse design remained in use until 2008. If you look closely at the columns of the memorial, you'll even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside, a remarkable detail that many people overlook. Now, let's take a closer look at the composition and physical characteristics of the 1990 D penny. This coin is made of copper-plated zinc, which had become the standard composition for 1-cent coins beginning in 1982. The coin weighs 2.5 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. While it may not be made of solid copper like earlier pennies, the 1990 D still holds collector value when it's in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. The U.S. Mint produced an enormous number of these coins, with the Denver Mint alone striking over 4.9 billion 1990 D pennies. Due to this massive mintage, finding one in circulated condition is very common. However, collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved coins in mint state condition, as well as rare errors that can dramatically increase a coin's value. In terms of market value, a 1990 D penny in average circulated condition is typically worth its face value of 1 cent. However, when found in mint state condition, meaning the coin has never been used in circulation and retains its original red luster, it can fetch a higher price. A 1990 D penny graded MS65 red by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can sell for anywhere between $3 and $10 depending on the coin's visual appeal and demand from collectors. If the coin is graded MS66 or MS67, the value increases significantly, and it may sell for $20, $50, or more. The highest auction records for near-perfect 1990 D pennies have reached over $300 for coins graded MS68 red with exceptional eye appeal and flawless surfaces. Another important area of interest for collectors is mint errors, and while the 1990 D penny is not known for any famous double die errors like some other dates, there are still several error types that can add significant value. These include off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped planchets, and broad strikes. Coins with dramatic off-center errors, for example, where part of the design is missing, can be worth $50 to $150 or more depending on the percentage of the off-center strike and how well it is preserved. Any visible mint error should be carefully examined and, if it appears significant, sent to a professional grading service for verification and appraisal. If you have a 1990 D penny and want to know if it's valuable, start by examining the coin's overall condition. Look for strong details in Lincoln's hair and face, as well as sharp lettering and a smooth, clean surface free of scratches or discoloration. The more original red copper luster the coin retains, the higher its value in the collector market. A digital scale can help confirm its weight, and a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can help you check for small mint errors or doubling that might otherwise go unnoticed. To sum it all up, while the 1990 D Lincoln cent may seem common at first glance, it still offers potential value for coin collectors and enthusiasts, especially when found in uncirculated condition or with unusual errors. Because it was produced in such high numbers, its rarity comes not from scarcity but from quality and condition. High-grade examples certified by trusted grading services can bring in premium prices, and error coins always attract attention in the market. That means if you have a 1990 D penny tucked away in your coin jar or old change collection, it's definitely worth taking a second look. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of coins here at Coins Old World US. We hope you enjoyed learning about the 1990 D 1-cent coin and its value in today's collector market. If you found this video helpful or interesting, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on our newest videos. Leave a comment below to tell us what coins you'd like us to cover next, and share this video with other coin collectors and history enthusiasts. Until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and happy collecting.